Yo, what is good everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel once again from us over here at Locust&WildHoney. So as you probably already read in the title description or the thumbnail of today's video, we're gonna be taking a little break from the streetwear and the hype stuff and gonna be talking about a very highly requested video, namely how I lost 20 pounds in just 3 months. Now, in that very same note, I did want to also make sure you guys know I have no special talents, gifts, or abilities. I'm a very normal individual. I'm not a crazy good athlete. I have a pretty normal metabolism. I am as average as they come. So if I can do it, if I can lose the weight, if I can get healthier, you can absolutely do it too. So before we get into the crux of today's video, I think it's important to give you guys kind of a backstory, kind of where I came from, so I can give you the proper context, which ultimately led to where I'm at today. Growing up all through high school, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was super small, scrawny, lanky, and that wasn't by choice. Honestly, I would eat everything I wanted. I was eating so much junk in the middle of the night. I was eating so much food, but honestly, I couldn't gain weight for the life of me. I honestly thought I had something wrong with me. And then right when I graduated, I made the concerted effort that I did want to change my physique, not necessarily because I wanted to be stronger or healthier, but I'm gonna be honest, I just wanted to look good for the girls. I know it's not proper to say that, but I'm just being honest here. Anyways, what I did find was putting on muscle was actually pretty easy. I was able to get my weight up to right around 160 pounds, I want to say, and I was pretty lean. I want to say I was pretty lean through, like, I want to say my college years. But yeah, once I got to a good weight that I felt comfortable with, it just became about maintenance, which was very easy. I was a full-time college student. I studied biology at UC Santa Cruz while maintaining a job at Nordstrom. Honestly guys, until you hit the age of 25, you don't know how good you have it, because for the duration of that time span, I wasn't really eating properly. Honestly, I was eating junk like burgers, fries, soda with every single meal. I gave no thought or credence to my diet, but when you're young and in college, you can absolutely get away with that. Your increased levels of testosterone more than mask the deficiencies in your diet. So fast forward a little bit, I get my undergrad done at UC Santa Cruz, and I was thinking about going to medical school, but in that meantime, I did take up a full-time job at my family's business, which enabled me to go to the gym almost every single day. And again, I was paying no mind to my diet. I was eating anything and everything I wanted: soda, burgers, fries, pizza, chicken nuggets. Like, I was eating a lot of bad food. It was delicious food, but it was so bad. Now keep in mind, I wasn't eating to cope. I wasn't eating because I was dealing with something. Honestly, I always just thought drinking soda and eating what you wanted was normal, and I wasn't eating for the right reason. I mean, we eat for sustenance, we eat for nutrients, we eat to keep this machine of ours going. But yeah, like I said, I thought it was a very normal thing to eat what you wanted, when you wanted, given the opportunity. I was exercising all the time, but I kept getting wider and wider and wider, and nobody, not one person, not my girlfriend, not my mom, not my brother, not my sister, not anybody, nobody told me I was getting fat. But that's not the reason why I decided to change my diet and change my lifestyle. Now, like I said, I was going to the gym regularly. I was playing basketball. So I just figured at the time I looked okay. I never really fully grasped what was going on with my body up until, and this is actually why I decided to change everything. It wasn't because I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. It actually had zero to do with that. I know it kind of sounds cliche and stuff, but guys, honestly, I started to see my energy levels dip like crazy. I started to have skin irritation issues. I was starting to get eczema, that of which I had never had before. And I started to lose my hair. This is so embarrassing to say, but you know what? I'm just gonna let it all hang out there. I started to like have a receding hairline, and I didn't like that. Fortunately, I was able to reverse that, and I can make another video of that if you guys want to hear about that. But overall, my health was clearly not doing well. Like, my overall condition of my body, it just wasn't right. Now, on the outside, I didn't look like I was really in that bad a shape, but what was going on underneath on the cellular level, it was a serious problem. So I did decide to do a little bit of research as to what was causing all of this, what could be a potential risk, and how I could reverse it. Because like I said, I was starting to feel really tired, all the time. My motivation to get stuff done was at an all-time low. And for anybody that knows me personally, you guys know I'm Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. I'm Mr. Energy Bunny all the time. Like, it just wasn't like me to be so lethargic. And yeah, I decided to kind of do some research, and ultimately what I landed on was I was just eating way too many carbs. I was eating way too much sugar. I was chronically dehydrated, and I was at risk for diabetes. Now, if the message isn't clear by now, I really hope you guys hone in onto what I'm about to say, because if you take anything away from today's video, I really hope it's this. Your well-being is heavily contingent on what you put in your body, what you use to fuel your body. Now, our hormones can drastically cover for our insufficiencies and propensity to treat our bodies like trash, but that'll only go on for so long. If you take anything away from this video, it's this: diet is important. In other words, you will never be able to outwork or outlive a terrible diet. I wanted to be sure that I let you guys know that all throughout the duration of my getting bigger, I was going to the gym even more than I was in high school and in college. I was spending 5 days to 7 days a week in the gym, and I was only getting more and more unhealthy. And that's because in high school and in college, our hormones can rectify and cover up a lot of different things. But when you get older and your pituitary is like, you know what, it's kind of time to kind of chill out, you will start to see the ramifications for your choices. How did I end up losing 20 pounds? What happened? How did I do it? Everybody's asking me. I'm getting a ton of DMs, like a ton, as in hundreds and hundreds. I've never gotten so many DMs on a specific video topic. Oh yeah, and by the way, I think I was at a body fat percentage of around 22-ish%. Right now, I'm kind of lingering right around 11 to 12%. Now, like I said, I am not special. There's no special skills that I possess. So if I can do it, I can definitively tell you that you are absolutely capable of reaching whatever goals you have, as long as you stay disciplined and motivated. Anyways, probably the most integral part of how I lost weight is in fasting. Now, in the past, I dabbled a little bit with fasting, and every time I'd ever done it before, it was pretty bad. Like, I actually really didn't like it. So yeah, never ever in my wildest dreams did I ever think I was gonna make fasting a regular part of my daily walk. But man, oh man, did fasting change my life. There are so many incredible benefits to fasting. I'm gonna list a few really fast here and now, but please go ahead and do your research. But yeah, your body starts to enter a fasted state after 6 hours, which is very easy to do. When you sleep for 8 hours to 10 hours a night, that is more than doable. So at this point, you're already at a fasted state when you are sleeping. Now, the reason why I bring up sleeping is because, number one, it helps with intermittent fasting. It's like cheating a little bit, because when you're asleep, you don't eat because you can't do that. But the next reason why I bring up sleeping is because while you're in that fasted state, your body starts to produce this thing called growth hormone, or GH. Now, a lot of people will say that testosterone is the young hormone, and that is pretty true. And if testosterone is the young hormone, I would say GH is not only the growth hormone, but it's like the fountain of youth. And while you're sleeping, when you're in REM sleep, your body starts to produce GH. Natural GH has so many benefits to list. I don't want to get into it, but just trust me on this. Go ahead and do research, look it up. It does wonders for your health and your well-being, how you feel, how you look, just everything. Staying lean, it does so many good things. And our bodies produce GH at roughly 4-hour intervals while we're fasting. So after 4 hours, and then the next 4 hours, that's 8 hours of sleep. And you wake up, and if you can fast for just 4 more hours, your body starts to produce more GH. So that's after 12 hours. At 18 hours, our bodies start to go into this process called autophagy. It's this amazing mechanism and phenomenon, actually, where our bodies start to recycle old damaged proteins, all while you're experiencing a higher level of GH production. So you have autophagy and you have growth hormone. Then at 20 hours, your body has reached a fasted state to where all of your glycogen stores have been used up, and then your body goes into this process known as ketosis. This is an amazing thing. Your body's no longer functioning off of carbohydrates, but it's actually sourcing its energy from these things called ketones, or pretty much sourcing your energy from fat. All right, so like I already stated, for me personally, I do generally fast for between 18 to 22 hours, but that's absolutely subject to change because sometimes I do indulge. As you guys may or may not have seen, I just went on vacation to San Diego, and during that time I ate whatever I wanted, and during that time I did an intermittent fast. So I guess ultimately what I'm getting at is, like, I do things in moderation, so when it's time to enjoy, I will enjoy, which is far removed from just going to McDonald's for breakfast because I thought it was a regular thing, and eating all the crap, all the junk, and drinking all the soda that I wanted. Now, if you guys are wondering if I ever actually did the keto diet, I did it for a good 2 to 3 weeks, and I did find it to be extremely effective, but I did consider it to be kind of tiresome because during that time I was not only intermittent fasting, but I was doing the keto diet. It was fine, it was doable. I could probably do it again if I really wanted to, but it was just a little bit more effort than I wanted to put out. And yeah, I'm ultimately at a weight right now that I'm comfortable with, so I don't find staying on keto as necessary, especially given all the implications that come along with it. So yeah, I did do keto, but only for a short stint. So at this juncture of the video, you might be thinking to yourself, dang, so if I'm gonna lose weight, I have to start fasting, or I can't eat or whatever. And please don't be discouraged. Fasting got a lot easier. I'll be honest, I only started with 12 hours at a time, and it was really easy. I was just pretty much like skipping breakfast. By the way, just because you're fasting doesn't mean you can't have nothing. I actually regularly have, I'm actually intermittent fasting today, black coffee, and I will have one in the day to kind of suppress my appetite, and one a little bit later when I start to feel hungry and my ghrelin levels are like coming up again. Okay, so when I am putting stuff in my body, what am I putting in it? And I think number one, I have to go with water. Now I know it's kind of a boring answer, but guys, before my feet hit the floor, I have a huge water bowl right next to my bed because you wake up dehydrated, and most Americans, I want to say that the statistic was like 85% of Americans are chronically dehydrated, and our bodies are comprised of mostly water. We need water. Water is number one, and guys, I can't tell you enough, it's so good for the brain and just makes you feel so good when you're hydrated. So water is number one. You can ask Gabby. I drink over a gallon of water a day, and it's very easy. It used to be my goal to just drink a gallon of water a day, and that was a little bit tough. I had to be really intentional about getting that much water in me, but now my body just craves it, it loves it, and is absolutely better for it, and it's done wonders for my skin. My skin's like so smooth now. Oh, and by the way, remember I said earlier in the video that my skin was like starting to get eczema and stuff? I don't have eczema anymore, so inflammation is at an all-time low because I'm actually putting in my body what it needs. So when I finally do break my daily fast, what is it that I eat? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't necessarily have a strict diet. I don't have like set parameters around what I eat necessarily. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm not in full keto, but with that to say, I definitely do regulate my carb intake, especially relative to how I was eating before. In that very same light, I do have a new fresh understanding of what fats are, because prior to, I had like this really negative idea of what fats were, and I should like shun them and stay away from them, which is partially true. Anything in excess can be a bad thing. I would go as far as to say that fats aren't as black and white as I was taught growing up. Anyways, a typical meal for me will involve all of the macromolecules. We're gonna have carbohydrates, proteins, and fats or lipids, as well as greens. I feel like greens are essential every day for me. And one place that definitely meets my criteria is this place called Flame Broiler. If you have one near you guys, definitely check it out. I've literally put on so many of my friends and family to this specific order, and I highly recommend you try it. It's so delicious and savory. But yeah, my order consists of a regular sized bowl with white meat, white rice, green onions, avocado with veggies on the side, but all broccoli. And then I also order a small side salad to go with that. And guys, with this meal, every box is ticked. Honestly, I eat here probably 4 to 5 times a week. It is so delicious. In my opinion, this meal is literally perfect. You have obviously the carbs and the rice. You have lean protein with the white meat. You have good fats from the avocado. You have zinc and fiber from the broccoli. The green onions just make it taste better. And then obviously you got a salad to get your greens in there. Obviously, I'm very sensitive to carbohydrates. So when I'm finished with the bowl, there's generally around 80 or 90% of the rice left. So I'm really selective with how much rice I actually eat. Also, when I eat out, I love eating at Chipotle. When I go to restaurants, I love having lettuce wrapped burgers and sandwiches. And when I do opt for no bread or no bun, that kind of lets me feel a little bit better when I have like sweet potato fries on the side, a few of those. Or when I do eat at home, and that is pretty seldom, to be fully transparent with you, because number one, I'm not much of a cook, and number two, I don't really like cleaning up after myself. That said, I do keep a fully stocked fridge, and when I do eat at home, I love to make low carb quesadillas. I use these special tortillas, which are low in carb but also high in fiber, which brings the net carb rating down to like 5 grams per quesadilla, which is super great. I literally lived off these chicken quesadillas as well as bacon, egg, and cheese omelets when I was on keto, and it was actually really delicious. It was really good. Now that I don't necessarily have a super strict diet, I love the mini tacos from Trader Joe's. They're really good. I love their pulled barbecue chicken. That's very easy to make and very delicious. Cold brew, like I said, I'm always drinking black coffee, and when I'm intermittent fasting, it's a huge help. So yeah, cold brew is super clutch. Organic milk, I love whole organic milk. I've loved milk since I was a little kid, and yeah, I've always loved drinking milk. Adult Pedialyte, guys, this stuff is so clutch. I don't drink Gatorade, I don't drink Powerade. That stuff does not hydrate you the same way the adult Pedialyte is, and it tastes literally amazing. I highly recommend this. When I was on keto and I was undergoing this thing called the keto flu, generally what happens is you get dehydrated, and what I ended up doing was supplementing those electrolytes with this adult Pedialyte, and guys, it just helped, and I never suffered from the keto flu. So if you guys are considering keto, I highly suggest that stuff. Those are essentially the 4 drinks that I drink: black coffee, water, milk, and Pedialyte. I also have a bunch of Quest pizzas. These are a very low carb pizza. I think you can find them over at Target. And yeah, that's essentially just a small glimpse into what I eat on the regular. Of course, like I said, it is not a strict diet by any stretch. In fact, I will indulge on certain days, but I am at a place where I'm happy with where I'm at. I still work out. I still play basketball. If you guys can, I definitely would highly suggest trying fasted cardio. That's done wonders for me. I still lift weights. I try to get at least 8 hours of sleep every single night, and overall just try to lead a healthy lifestyle. Obviously, I don't do any illegal substances. I don't smoke. I very seldom ever drink, and that's just like by personal choice. I just don't really like it. And yeah, overall, I have to say it's definitely a really sick perk to look better and look more fit and become stronger as a byproduct of that. But I have to say, without a doubt, it's just my overall state of well-being. I just feel happier, a lot more content. I'm not moody and never get hangry anymore. That's actually something I used to kind of deal with. I just feel like I'm steady Eddie all the time, just happy, chilling, motivated. I just feel so much better overall. But most of all, the greatest thing that's come out of all this is I feel like my brain health is the greatest it's ever been, hands down. I feel a lot sharper. My memory is a lot better. I did have a lot of people asking me for this video, and ultimately I just hope that it blesses you and it's helpful to see a very average person like myself turn things around and take charge of their health. Like I said, guys, if I can do it, you can absolutely do it too. And yeah, honestly, it's really not as painful as it sounds. Once you get over that 1 hour of hunger and you suppress it with coffee, you're chilling. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you're encouraged. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, please let me know by commenting down below and hitting that thumbs up button. It really is beyond humbling that you guys continue to come back despite me making videos like this one, because I know you guys didn't subscribe for health videos. Anyways, guys, as I end every video here at Locust&WildHoney, I'm gonna say peace and be blessed. So before I let you guys go, I did find it absolutely necessary to share with you guys all the vitamins that I take. I take like 11 vitamins every day. This is just a few of them, but one of them I do recommend: fish oil. It doesn't have to be this brand. You can find this on Amazon, very cheap, but very good for you, very necessary. I also take vitamin D3. This is really important for those of you who like work and stuff and who don't get out in the sunlight a lot. Vitamin D is so important, and this is something that many of us, if not all of us, are vastly deficient in. Zinc. I also take zinc. This stuff is so good for you. My goodness, I cannot recommend. If anything, guys, just get zinc. I haven't gotten sick in like so long. I've been taking zinc for like 2 years and I haven't gotten sick. I've been around Gabby. I kissed Gabby while she was sick, and yeah, I haven't gotten sick. And this is proven to keep your immune system strong. So if you guys are worried about the coronavirus, you can definitely strengthen your immune system with zinc. It also has some other benefits as well, including for your pituitary and hormone production. So I can't say enough good stuff about zinc. I also take this stuff right here that I purchased from Costco. I don't know what it's called, but I used to sprain my ankle a lot playing basketball. I just don't have the best ankles. And ever since I took this stuff, I don't sprain my ankles anymore. I also do take 1 a day Men's Health. And this is kind of just to cover up if I'm missing any minerals and vitamins throughout the day. And last up, you guys can make fun of me if you want, but I do take this stuff called Youth Theory Collagen alongside biotin. And it keeps your nails nice and strong and shiny, and makes your hair like nice and thick and growing at a very good rate. So take your vitamins, do some research on some of the stuff that I take. I've done a heavy amount of research, and I've found that it's done wonders for me.